Waku Waku. Are you hungry? I'll show you how to make Anya's apology omu rice from Spy X Family. As mentioned earlier, this omu rice is based on Spy X Family, the comedy and action manga about a family which has a spy, assassin, and a mind reader who each hide their secret identity from each other. The version I'll be showing you is from the anime as it's simpler to make compared to the mangas which has more sides on the plate. Also, I like all the sorry words on the plate in the anime versus the mangas, which really emphasizes Lloyd's wish to have Anya apologize to Damien for punching him in the face a day earlier. As they never show what's inside the omu rice in the manga or anime, I based the recipe on the omu rice I saw from the official Spy X Family and Chugai Grace Cafe collaboration cafe. If you look closely, you can see green and red in the rice, which, after looking at photos posted on social media by those who went to the cafe, I concluded to be zucchini and red bell peppers. The ingredients will be for 1 serving of omu rice. You'll need 1.5 servings of cooked rice, 1/3 of red bell pepper, 1/2 inch of zucchini, 1/2 a small onion, 3 eggs, 1 stalk of watercress, 3 tablespoons of milk, 1.5 tablespoons of ketchup for the rice, ketchup to write sorry on the plate, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. I'll put links to buy the ingredients you'll need in the video description. First things first, cook the rice. You can use previously cooked rice from the day before too. Next, mince the onions. Put the minced onions on the side for later. If you have a long zucchini, you can cut off about 1/2 inch to use. Cut the zucchini into triangular pieces. Put the chopped zucchini with the onions on the side for later. Cut off 1/3 of the bell pepper, then cut that piece into smaller pieces. To avoid most of the seeds, you can cut down the naturally sectioned off portion of the bell pepper. Put the chopped bell pepper on the side for later with the other vegetables. Start the cooking by adding 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in a large pan. Put the pan on the stovetop, then turn the heat on to medium. When the pan is hot, add the vegetables into the pan. Add the salt and black pepper. Fry the vegetables until they become soft. Add the rice into the pan after the vegetables have become soft. Add soy sauce into the pan. Add 1.5 tablespoons of ketchup into the pan. Slice into the rice to break it up. Mix the contents of the pan until all the rice grains have become slightly red. If you liked watching this video so far, don't forget to subscribe for more like it in the future. Thank you! Put the rice on the side for later. Clean the pan to use it again for the omelet. Crack the 3 eggs into a bowl. Add the milk into the bowl. Beat the eggs and milk together. Add 2 tablespoons of oil into the pan. Using a paper towel, spread the oil all around the pan. When finished, put the pan on the stovetop and turn the heat on to medium. Test if the pan is hot enough by dripping a bit of egg into the pan, and if it sizzles, then it's ready. Add the beaten eggs into the pan. Spread the eggs on the bottom of the pan. Once the bottom of the eggs are cooked but the top is still soft, turn off the stovetop. Add the rice in the center of the omelet in a small mountain shape. Lift the edges of the omelet to loosen it off the pan. Move the omelet to the edge of the pan to help shape it. Flip the omelet onto a large plate by holding both at an angle, then push the omelet off the pan onto the plate. If the egg is a little brown on the surface, it's okay, as we're covering it up with ketchup. Cover the omu rice with a paper towel to move it to the center of the plate. Shape it more by giving it a round center and pointed edges, and to absorb excess oil from the egg. To match Lloyd's ketchup penmanship, I recommend putting the ketchup into a smaller squeeze bottle with a small pointed opening. I recommend writing the sorry words on the plate first before you write it on the omurice. You'll need to refill the small bottle a few times to write all the sorry words on the plate. To finish the plate, add the garnish, which I chose a stalk of watercress for. You can substitute it with parsley if you'd like, but I don't eat parsley and I want everything on the plate to be edible. Let's see how Anya's apology omurice tastes. Itadakimasu. Delicious. The deliciousness is probably due to the ketchup being an umami speedball, as the main ingredient, tomatoes, is filled with lots of glutamate. Lots of concentrated flavor in ketchup, so you get a nice taste of umami with every bite. The rice is nice and soft, and when eaten without the ketchup you can taste a bit of the black pepper and soy sauce. The rice is lacking in flavor, so I would add more ketchup to the rice if it weren't for all the ketchup already on the plate. The egg is thin and soft, so it adds a nice texture to complement the rice. When eating the vegetables, I get a fresh taste in my mouth which breaks through the strong ketchup flavor. I normally avoid ketchup omurice when I eat at Japanese restaurants because they tend to lack flavor, or rather lack of ketchup. So with all this ketchup on the plate, I certainly get lots of flavor with every bite when eating Anya's apology omurice. Remember when I recommended using a small squeeze bottle with a pointed opening? This is the reason why. While I can write with a large squeeze bottle without a pointed opening, the ketchup comes out too thick, too fast, and I don't have as much control when squeezing the bottle. It certainly gives it a homemade look, so if you don't mind it, you can try it with this type of ketchup bottle. I wasn't happy with how it looked when I tried it with the big ketchup bottle, so I squeezed ketchup from the big bottle into a small bottle to redo it with a brand new omurice. So I ended up eating 2 omurice consisting of 11 eggs total and making this recipe on 2 different days. One omurice when I didn't like how the big ketchup bottle writing looked, and when I initially tried 2 eggs it was too thin, so I redid it with 3 eggs. The second omurice I needed to do the omelette twice, as the first time was too thin for an unknown reason and broke when I was lifting the omelette off the pan. You can imagine how full I was after eating so much rice and eggs. This shows you recipes are not perfect when you first make it, but you need to try and try again to get the results you like. Keep trying and never give up to get the results you want to achieve, whether it be cooking, being a spy, assassin, or a mind reader like everyone's favorite family in Spy X Family. Support the mangaka by buying the manga when available locally. Currently it's available in English and Japanese, which I'll link to in the description. Follow the mangaka on Twitter, which I'll also link to in the description. For the latest updates and promotions, you can also follow the Spy X Family Twitter account. Look forward to Season 2 of Spy X Family in October 2022. What other foods from Spy X Family do you want us to make? If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Until next time, see ya!